Hello JEE aspirants, welcome to Cube Learning. This video is all about previous year question analysis of JEE Main mathematics subject. So let us start without any further ado. So before analyzing it, I have some major insights which I would like to mention. If you compare the previous year questions of JEE Main, like from the year 2020, it's like the 2020 paper was a doable kind of max paper, but when it came to 2021, the questions were like very tough kind of questions, and in 2022 again it was like regarded as one of the year where the mathematics was really tough for JEE Main kind of examination. It was somewhat similar to JEE Advanced. 2022 mathematics paper of JEE, like overall all the shifts, all the sessions, everything like was, it looked tough, and it was tough for solving the question. Okay, so the level has increased drastically. And if you check 2024 compared to the last 2 years, like the 2022 and 2023, 2024 was actually a bit more easier. It doesn't mean that it is completely easier, but it was a little bit easier. Okay, so what I would suggest is solve the previous year questions of the last 5 years or 4 years or so, and prepare well. Whether the question comes easy or tough, you need to prepare it. Like just have a mindset to solve it. Okay, and multiple questions are asked. Multiple concept are asked. That means that in a particular question, or two chapters or three chapters, concepts are involved. That means multiple concepts, right? Tough and lengthy problems. When you see the question, it looks tough and you just solve it, you try to solve it is really tough to solve, and at the same time it is very time consuming because it is very lengthy. That's an issue, which is because of why you have a time management issue while you write the examination. So you need to develop your time management skills, right? Easy questions look scary. That's another thing. In the paper, at least two or three questions might be a bit easier. But the thing is that that looks really scary that you won't even try to attempt it. That is another thing. That is a major issue there. Then you have to understand the basic concepts and solve NCRT. I have told you that the paper is really tough and lengthy and all. And your NCRT is much more easier when you compare with your JEE Main paper, right? If whether you are so good at this subject or you find it difficult to study maths, it doesn't matter. I want you guys to, like, if you're a beginner itself, just understand the basic concepts and solve NCERT. That is like the prerequisite, which is very important. I'll show you where in the further in the video where a lot of questions kind of similar to NCERT, the concepts from NCERT, everything is being asked like a lot, especially in the year 2024. They've asked the most actually, but solving NCERT is very important because it forms a base, especially if you're someone who is actually struggling to study subject, right? You need to solve certain questions to have a practice to understand the concept. For that, NCERT is the best. Okay, just solve few questions, right? Then when you solve, I'll show you examples, right, where NCERT kind of questions is actually being asked in the previous year questions of JEE Main, right, in the actual examination. Just note the point. Then the next thing what I would like to say is solve the previous year question and learn concepts from it. So this is subject mathematics. Basically, you don't have to rely on theory videos, right? You just need to know the formulas, and that is really important because without knowing the formulas, the basic formulas, which like of the trigonometry, integration, differentiation, there are certain questions not only from these chapters. You can use these formulas for solving other questions also. So knowing basic formulas is very very important. Knowing the formula, like other formulas of the chapter, is very important. So this is not theoretically you don't have any definitions to learn in this subject, or only you need to solve the questions, right? For solving the questions, you need to know certain basic concepts and certain basic formulas. That is the most important. For this subject, you don't have to depend on theory or theory lectures. Only thing you have to depend, as I mentioned earlier, the formulas, right? And if you're not, see, you're not here to do PhD in this subject, right? You can do PhD and all when you reach college. So for reaching the college first, you have to study according to what the examination demands. Okay, here they are not asking you to prove this theorem or prove this formula, how this formula came from which part of the world and all. They're not asking that. They're only asking you to solve a question. To solve a question, what is required for you, just do that. So for that, you need to solve problems, and that is more important than learning the theory. Yes, you need to study the formulas. But learning theory and definition of this and that is not important. That was what I'm trying to say. This is an absolute rank determining subject. Everyone will learn physics, everyone will learn chemistry because it is much more scoring subject. Yes, you need to learn that. You don't have to focus for this next 4 months only you're gonna study maths and you're not studying physics and chemistry. That is the biggest blunder. What I'm trying to say is you need to study physics and chemistry also you have to study because it is really mark scoring subject. So that is important. But what determines your rank in the rank list of the JEE Main, right? That is this subject, that is max. So it is important. Actually, you have to balance out all three subjects. But what happens in reality is that majority of the students only learn physics and chemistry, then max they skip it and all, and they just don't attempt anything in the examination, maybe one or two questions. But make sure you at least attempt like 8 to 10 questions minimum if you're able to do. And I'll show you it can be done. Okay, max is not actually scary. Yes, questions are scary, but practice you can like make it a much more solvable subject. Not an easy subject I'm saying, but you can with practice you can develop that solving ability and be able to solve the questions. You can just get rid of that fear that you have for the subject. Now next is that why is it actually important to solve previous year questions? So it is really important. It is actually very, very important. The reasons are that numerical values used in the questions are changing, but the concepts are repeating. That is a major point. I'll show you a ton of examples in the upcoming slides where numerical question values are used in the questions are changing, but the concepts are repeating. So let us start the actual part of the video, that is analyzing the previous year questions of JEE Main, and let us start with the chapter sets and relation, right? So I'm not reading the question because I don't want to waste your time. I'm just coming straight to the point what I'm trying to prove through this video. So let us start. So this question is related to Venn diagram from the set chapter, right? You need to know the concept of the union and the intersection. And in this question, this is completely a question related to Venn's diagram, right? But at the end of the question, you can see they're asking us to find the eccentricity of ellipse. A Venn diagram question somewhat turned to be found out, that is the eccentricity of the ellipse. You can see this question is a multiple concept question, right? You just need to find the value of alpha over here, then beta over here, then substitute into the equation of ellipse and make it in the standard form, then find out the eccentricity of the ellipse. If you're someone who actually did not study the concept of ellipse and you only study the chapter sets, you find it difficult, right? Because you know how to find the using the Venn diagram, you found out the value of alpha and beta. But unfortunately, if you did not study the ellipse chapter and you struggle to find the eccentricity of the ellipse, so this is a multiple concept question. This question is not that hard. If you find it hard, just go through the solution, try to learn it from that, learn to solve it. And a question like this comes next time in your examination, make sure you solve it also. This was asked in the year 2023, 6th April shift number 2. And this is another question asking us to find the number of symmetric relations which is not reflexive. So finding the symmetric relations which is not reflexive, it is not mentioned in your NCRT. And this question has a formula. Finding number of symmetric relations which is not reflexive has a formula. And if your coaching is really good and they provide you notes which is contains all the important formulas and all the other formulas and all, make sure you refer those notes and learn from it. And if your coaching does not provide that kind of notes and all, it's absolutely okay. Just refer your previous year question book that you have with the solutions and make sure you solve the solution. I mean, make sure you go through the solution. In that, if a good book which contains a good solution, obviously the formula will be mentioned to find this question, right? Find solution to this question, right? So go through the previous year question book which has solution, find out the formula, solve the question, learn the formula. Next time if a question like this comes in your JEE Main paper, if you're writing, make sure you solve that also. Okay, this was last 2024 30th January, and this is question where it is NCRT oriented. You can see the question over here. They are asking us to determine whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric, or transitive. This is a question. The main concept used in this question is this. If you see this question over here, again, which is JEE Main 2023, April shift, which is asked in the 8th April, right? They're asking whether the relation is equivalence, symmetric, transitive, or reflexive. The concept is same. Again, they're asking, just asked in the year 2023, 1st of February. This was question which is somewhat similar to the NCERT textbook, right? And you have another question over here where they're asking the number of relations which are reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. They have given a condition for the set this, and this question was asked in 2023, 12th April. Here you can see asking us to find the smallest equivalence relation, right? This relations and functions is a chapter where relation where you need to know reflective, symmetric, or transitive or equivalence relations concept you need to know, and majority of questions are related to this concept. This was asked 2024, 29th January. Here another question where you need to find whether the relation is reflexive, transitive, or equivalence or symmetric. 2023, 29th shift, right? 29th January, right? 2023 JEE Main question paper, you can see, right? A lot of questions were asked based on this concept, right? What I'm trying to say is, in a particular session, that is, if you take January session, here they've asked whether the relation kind of question, and here also, this is also 2023 January session, only this happened on the 1st of February. Again, this question is to find whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, or equivalent. So, in the same session, that is in the January session, this I think about 12 shifts were conducted, right? In the 12 shifts, at least in two of the shifts, a same question is coming. I hope you're getting the point, right? If 12 shifts are there, at least in two shifts, same questions are repeating. That is like at least maybe three or four times also it can be repeated. It depends, right? But if you're lucky enough, what if this kind of question comes in your paper? And over here, you can see the number of elements question on a relation they've asked. They've given a condition, and this was asked in 2023. This question, number of elements, was again asked so that the relation will be equivalence relation. This was asked in the year 2023. Again, 2023 question only. This was asked in the January. This was also asked in the January session itself. 24th January. This was asked in the 30th of January. You can see here. So I hope you're getting the point, right? They're asking the minimum number of elements must be added. The concept is somewhat same with a different condition, with a different kind of what you say question. I hope it's clear. Here you can see again number of elements. This was asked in 2024. Number of elements again they were asked in 2023. Again number of elements itself in 2022. 2022 29th July you asked this question, and number of elements again in 2022 itself, again in the July shift, right? This was asked in the 26th of July, this was asked in the 29th of July. So you can see the number of elements, the minimum number of elements, the number of elements kind of question is like asked in the year 2024, 2023. Like again 2023 is asked in the April session two times, right? 10th of April they've asked, 6th of April they were asked. I hope you're getting the point, right? In a particular session, just assume that if they are asking in the April session, at least if there are 10 or 12 shifts, at least in two shifts, a particular concept question is being asked. Okay, that much important is your previous year question solving, right? And these are the questions which is related to your Venn diagram completely. These two questions, yeah, this all these three questions are completely related to your Venn diagram, kind of. Even this question also, actually whole slide is related to Venn diagram. I did not read the last question, honestly speaking. Yeah, and talking about the last question is somewhat related to Venn diagram, but this question is little bit different because they are asking whether K cannot belong to the set. We'll get a certain value of K and you have to check in which set it belongs. So indirectly also they're asking, right? And one another thing which I would like to say is, in certain questions of this have actually options, but I just have just when I took the screenshot I just avoided the options because I just want to include the maximum number of questions on a particular slide so that the video won't be much lengthier because of that. So all these questions are from the Venn diagram. I'm sorry I did not read the last one. Again, Venn diagram, an actual diagram is given over here. This was asked in the year 2021. And again, number of elements question they have asked in the year 2023. 2023, a lot of questions, concepts were repeating, right, in a particular session itself. So our next chapter is matrices and determinant. This is the one of the important chapter. And so here you can see here there are matrices given and they're asking for what values of t it is invertible, right? And over here they're given a matrix A and you can see the matrix here and they're asking whether A is invertible or not invertible, giving different conditions for t. Just see closely, just see the both the metrics. You have t raised to t, t raised e, sorry, you have e raised to t, e raised to t, e raised to t. Here also you can see again like these two rows, columns are same, right? You can see here, but there's a little bit change over here, right? But more or less this matrix kind of looks same, somewhat similar. It looks like they have taken something. Yeah, it looks kind of similar, right? What I'm trying to say is this question is all about asking invertible for what condition of what values of t, and here they are asking whether the again if it is invertible or not invertible for different values of t, right? This question like almost kind of same. They've just changed the sentence here and there and all. This was asked 2023 29th January shift number 2. This was asked in 2019. So in this question over here, they're given matrix P, then A, then they have given this particular thing. Make sure you note this. And they have asked us to find the value of this matrix, right? P transpose Q raised to 2007, P equals A, B, C, D is the matrix. And you don't have to find the matrix. I mean, you have to find the matrix, but then you won't get the answer. The further question is then find what is 2a plus b minus 3c minus 4d, right? You need to find a, b, c, d values, then substitute over here, they will get a value, right? 2023, 8th of April, shift 1. If you see this question, A matrix is given, B matrix is given, and if you see over here, can't you see something is same? Closely see it. Then find the inverse they've asked us to find of this particular matrix. A m raised to 2023 A transpose. This inverse you have to find. Here you don't have to find the inverse, but this in this question you have to find the inverse. And this was asked in the 25th January, shift number 2 of 2023 JEE Main. And this is matrix A, matrix B, and here it is given q equals again the same thing, right? A transpose B A. Here it is given M transpose M equals A transpose B A. Here it is given q equal to A transpose B, and they're asking us to find the inverse of the matrix A into q raised to 2021 A transpose. Here it is was asked in the year 2021 JEE Main 26th August. You can see this was asked in the year 2023 2021, almost like dicto kind of same, right? Only the values of the matrix A B are they have changed, and here it is given M equal to, here it is given 2 equal to Q equal to, but the way of solving this question is almost same, right? And if you see the question over here which is asked in the year 2024 1st of February, A B they have given and C equals A B A transpose, right? And they've given x equal to A transpose C square A. Here you need to find the value of C, and then you have to find the value of x, then you have to find the determinant of x, right? And over here, this is the questions which is related to the topic of finding the adjoint of the matrix, properties of adjoint of a matrix, right? And determinant. We can see all of these questions somewhat similar, finding the determinant in which adjoint is mentioned with the different conditions they've given. Again over here they've asked us to find the sum of the elements, but adjoint concept is coming again. Determinant of adjoint of adjoint of adjoint A. This question and all looks scary because you might know the finding the formula in the NCERT is actually mentioned. Determinant of adjoint A, how to find formula is mentioned, but here it is given determinant of adjoint of adjoint of adjoint A, right? You only know how to do it once. So how will you learn? See, question looks scary, I mentioned earlier, but unless and until you start doing it, how will you learn, right? Make sure you learn it. Like, even if you go through the solution and learn, also, it's absolutely fine. But don't mug up. When you learn, make sure you learn each and every concept very well. Otherwise, just don't open it. Partial knowledge is always harmful. So, when you solve a question, make sure you understand each and every step, then only you solve it. Just by hearting it and learning it is not going to help you anywhere. This was asked in the year 2024. Again 2024 April shift. This was April 4th. It was asked. It was asked in the 6th of April. This was asked 2023 January shift of 24 January 24th. It was asked. This was asked 2023 April shift 13th of April. Again, finding the adjoint determinant of adjoint 2a, right? This finding the, you can say it is determinant of multiple kind of adjoint, and again sometimes 2, 3 and all is all involved. Here again adjoint really determinant of adjoint 2a, adjoint concept related to adjoint and properties of adjoint 2023 10th April, adjoint property 2022 26th June. This question was asked in the year 2022. This was asked again 2022. This was asked in the 27th of June. This was asked 28th of June. Then you have another concept where which you find the sum of the elements. It's asked in the year 2022, and this again properties of determinant and adjoint. This was asked in the year 2021. So basically, this properties of adjoint and determinant, that both together they've asked in the year 2024, 23, 22, 21. Hope I'm trying to say is clear, right? The concept is like literally repeating. Like if you see here, this was asked in the 28th of June over here. This was asked in the year in the shift 27th of June 2022 2022, right? So in the June session, they have literally asked in the two of the shifts, they have asked the same kind of question, like the same concept related to question, right? And here they have asked us to find the sum of the elements of the diagonal elements, right? This was asked 2024 January. I mean 2024 April shift. Here it is identity matrix related to question. They have given equation for a matrix over here. Here also equation for a matrix. They need to find. They have given identity matrix again I, where multiplication of matrix involves and you figure out a pattern, right? You are not going to multiply matrix A for 2020 times, right? You just do it twice. A raised to 2 you find out, then you find out A raised to 3 and all, right? First you find A raised to 2, then you find A raised to 3, and this will have a pattern, right? Using the pattern you will find out what is A raised to 25 and A raised to 2025 minus A raised to 2020, and you'll find out the solution. And again here multiplying, you need to find P raised to 2, then P raised to 3, find out a pattern, right? This was asked in the year 2021. Again you can see adjoint related question in 2020 25th January. Here they're asking us to find the determinant of a matrix where adjoint of adjoint A is given matrix. They've given a matrix for that. This is a multiple concept question. Why it is a multiple concept question? Because finding out the number of symmetric matrices and all over here, it is somewhat a lot of permutation and combination kind of concept is coming up in order to find the symmetric matrix, right? Permutation combination chapters concepts are getting involved while solving this, finding out the sum of the diagonal entries. For that you need to find the sum of the diagonal elements over here. This was asked 2023, 2021, 2020. This question, in order to solve, you need to know the concepts of permutation and combination. That is why it's a multiple concept question. This is a question related to skew and symmetric matrices asked in the year 2023, and this is another question again related to symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Then comes the chapter determinants, where the system of equations, linear equations are being asked, where you have majorly unique solution, infinitely many solution, and no solution condition. I'll write it over here. You have unique solution, then you have infinitely many solution, and condition of no solution. This was asked in the year 2024. Then this one again 2024 only they have asked for infinitely many solutions. And this is another question where you need to solve it. It's somewhat multiple concept because determinants involving and you need to know the functions, derivative and everything. 2024 question only they've asked. And this is 2021 question. Again, function is involving with trigonometry and all. So you need to know the basics of trigonometry, right? While expanding this determinant, again, system of equations with infinitely many solutions asked in the year 2020. This was asked infinitely many solution in 2021. No solution question, right? 2022. And this was asked in non-zero solution, which is the unique solution, right? in the year 2018. Okay, and as per your JEE Main, this is your JEE Main syllabus. Okay, test of consistency and solution of simultaneous linear equations in two or more variables using matrices they have mentioned, which is there in your syllabus. That means system of linear equations is actually there in your syllabus. They're asking us to find it using the matrices. But if you check the syllabus of till 2023 when JEE Main happened, when you check the syllabus, right, they have mentioned using the finding out the solution of simultaneous linear equations on or variables, sorry, in two or three variables using matrices and determinants. When you do the determinants, Cramer's rule, this is not mentioned in your syllabus, right? As of now, as of 2024, JMN it happened, Cramer's rule is not mentioned. But whether you use the matrix method or the determinant method to find the solution of linear equations, it does not matter. You just need to find the answer. Cramer's rule is much more easier to find out the answer, and I have made a video dedicated about Cramer's rule and I follow certain questions. You can click on the I button, okay, or it is link it will be given in the description box, or you can go check it out on my channel. So moving on to the next chapter, that is the vector algebra and 3D geometry. And vector algebra, talking about it, the major concept you have in this chapter is dot product, cross product. Very important. All you have is dot product and cross product majorly, and some other certain concepts are also there, but these are like the most important one of it. And here they've given vector A, vector B, and vector C also given, and we are given certain condition over here. Then they have asked vector C dot product question. This is right, this is asked 2024 5th of April. Here again dot product. See, these questions are kind of lengthy because they've given vector A and vector B, and they're not asking the dot vector A dot B, right? They've given other vector C, and that C is also related to something. Here cross product and all is coming. And again, they're given a condition where A dot C is given 130. So what is B dot C? The concept is only dot product and cross product, but for getting to that answer there are a lot of other conditions given in the question, and you need to solve all those conditions, and the question also looks lengthy, right? In your NCRT this much kind of description is not given. They've given vector A, vector B, just find out vector A dot B, or maybe vector C is also given, but not this much complicated, like it looks scary, right? But once you try to do this question and few other questions related to this kind, it will be easier to solve. I hope it's clear. Again here C dot minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap. Again this is asked 2024 again, right? Two questions 2024 April 5th they have asked in the shift number 2. This was asked in the shift number 1. You can see, right? The concepts like in a particular day itself in the two shifts they're asking related to this concept. Again over here you can see which is perpendicular to vector A and B. C dot D is given. Notice this. C dot, they have given the minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap. Here it is given minus I cap plus J cap minus K cap dot C vector C cross D. This was asked 2023 13th of April. So knowing the property of modulus to find the value of vectors is very important. And the other set of questions are given C U dot W. Here given V cross W equals U plus lambda V, right? You need to know the value of lambda at this point of time. 2023, 24th January. You need to find vector A minus 6 vector B. So basic vector addition, subtraction, you need to know dot product, cross product. This was asked in the year 2022. They're asking modulus vector C whole square. Then finding out the area of a quadrilateral using the vectors. A formula regarding that is there in your textbook. Maybe, I don't know, because NCRT syllabus is very much has changed recently and all. But if even if it's not there, as I mentioned, you can check your coaching card notes. If it's also not mentioned, you can check. Any kind of previous year questions, a good book with solutions. Again, vertices of quadrilateral they have given, then finding its area of a quadrilateral using the vectors. Angle related question. This is 2024 31st of January. Condition is given cross product dot product, again dot product. Then they've asked us to find, you need to know the properties of modulus, how to find a modulus, how to find dot product, cross product, everything. Very important. Unit vector also you need to know, right? Some questions that also comes a major role. Here square of the projection is another important concept being asked in the vector This was asked in 2024. Then 2022 they've asked again projection of vector again. They're asking again with that. They're not asking, they're given projection of vector B on A. They've given what's the projection and they've asked what if A plus B vector perpendicular to C. Then what is modulus of V? 2019 they've asked this question. Then again dot product 2023. Again A dot B 2021. Modulus of C square they're asking us 2024. This was asked again. Cross product, then you have a dot product, same certain kind of see. You can see the question is kind of different. It's kind of different, right? But the concept you can see, three vectors will be given, and they are giving satisfying certain conditions where cross product and dot product is involved, and it is asking us to find what is the modulus of d square or c square. This was asked in 2023, asked in 2024. This one, right? Can see over here, asked in 2022. So basically this question was asked, like this kind of question was asked in 2024, 2023, 2022. Getting the point, right? Now comes the 3D geometry chapter. Find the shortest distance between the lines. 2024, 9th of April. Here it is asking find the shortest distance between the lines. Majorly skew lines, okay? That is 2024, 6th of April. This was our shortest distance 2024. 8th April, shortest distance between the two lines. Again, 2024, 6th of April, shortest distance between two lines. 2022, JEE Main. Then again, shortest distance between the lines they have given 2023, 25th January. You can see here, shortest distance between the two lines. Shift number 2 of 2023. These two questions were asked in a single same shift. Not the point. I'm telling you once again, these two questions were asked in the same shift of 25th January, shift number 2 of 2023. In the point, right? I've shown like shortest distance between two lines, like literally been asked everywhere, kind of. Right. And this is absolutely an NCRT oriented question. The shortest distance between two lines. This formula is NCRT oriented. And you can see in your textbook, formula is given and questions related to that is also given. Shortest distance between two lines, they're given the value, you need to find the sum of the all possible values of lambda. They're asking the question also indirectly. Either they're asking find the shortest distance between two lines. In another way, they're asking they're given the shortest distance between the two lines, but they're asking us to find the lambda, the unknown value in the lines equation. Again, shortest distance question asked. So you've seen a number of questions related to this one particular formula, that is the shortest distance between the lines. And this is the another set of concepts which has been asked in the chapter 3 geometry. That is where finding the distance of the image of the line. Make sure that line is included in your syllabus. Plane is not included, right? It was actually removed from your syllabus last year. Syllabus, right? It is not included. Last year it was like till 2023 plain questions were there, but you only have line as of now. So one of the topic of mark scoring was related to plane, but they have removed it. So you don't have to worry about that. I just mentioned it. In a line image, finding the image distance, foot of the perpendicular, and all, right? Foot of perpendicular and all, it's important. This was asked in 2024. Because see, before 2024 majority questions were asked based on plane only. Finding the image of the plane, mirror image of the plane, mirror image of the point of the plane. From the 2024 only, they only started asking majorly focusing on line. You getting the point? That is why all these questions have been asked majorly on lines only, because I also mentioned earlier plane is not there in a syllabus. In the previous year question, you won't find this kind of questions because everything was based on plane, right? But plane is removed from your syllabus. Okay. Again, foot of the perpendicular 2024 only they have asked. Here, foot of the perpendicular in the year 2023 they have asked. Moving on to the next chapter, that is straight lines, circles, and conic sections. So this is the concept related to circumscribing the triangle. Circumference topic they've asked this question. And this is the image that lies on a circle, right? In a line that lies on a circle, and you need to find what's the radius. So asked 2024, 2024 again in the April shift itself. Then you have ortho circle. Again orthocenter element, okay, not orthocircle. Orthocenter of the triangle, again orthocenter of the triangle, centroid 2022. You can see either they are asking the questions related to the circumscribing or the image of the point, right? And the orthocenter or the centroid mainly. Then you have the distance of the origin from the centroid of the triangle. This was asked in the year 2022. Centroid, circumcenter, orthocenter of a triangle. Distance of the point is measured parallel 2024. Either they are asking the questions from the centroid, orthocenter, or the circumcenter. Centroid again, year 2023, and circumcenter, which is asked in the year 2022 again. Here you have circle question where intersecting at exactly two distinct points of intersection of a line, and the image of the circle as a diameter. Here comes the question related to ellipse. Question is related to ellipse. Lattice rectum's ratio is given. Length of the lattice rectum is given in the ratio m divided by n, right? I need to find what is 2m plus n. Circle is also there. Can see, since it is conic section and coordinate geometry, you know that multi concept kind of questions have been asked because like that they're geometry related, right? They're coordinate geometry because of that. Here, this is like one of the direct kind of question they were asked from the conic section, that is length of the lattice rectum of ellipse and length of the major axis. 2022, they've asked this question. Then length of the minor axis of ellipse is equal to half of the distance of the foci. Eccentricity of the ellipse is what? You need to know the formulas of eccentricity, lattice rectum, major axis, minor axis for ellipse. Ellipse again they've given. Eccentricity they're asking us to find 2022. They've asked this question. They're given parabola, then they've given eccentricity of the ellipse which passes through the focus of the parabola. Then what is the square of the length of the lattice rectum of ellipse? Again, parabola ellipse mix. They are mixing it and asking, right? Distance between the foci of the ellipse and the directrix. Length of the lattice rectum of the ellipse. 2020. They've asked this question. This question they've given the hyperbola and parabola is there. Transverse axis of hyperbola, conjugate axis, eccentricity of ellipse, right? Parabola and ellipse related concept they're asking. You need to find the value of 3 alpha square plus 2 beta square, where alpha is transverse axis of the hyperbola and beta is the conjugate axis of the hyperbola. Then again foci of ellipse and hyperbola coincide, right? They both are same. So find the length of the lattice rectum of the hyperbola they asked in the year 2022. Again ellipse focus and then coincide with hyperbola. Coinciding again. Here also it is coinciding. 20 this was asked in 2012, okay, long back. Actually you don't have to do like questions of last 12 years and all. You don't have time for that. Make sure you solve the questions of last 4 to 5 years mainly, but just to show that concepts are repeating, for that only I'm showing this. Then eccentricity of the ellipse, they're given the value and they're asking what is a square plus b square, right? Here ellipse equation a square and b square is not mentioned. You need to find it out. This is 2022. Then here it is centered of the triangle on a hyperbola and foci they're asking, that is 2021. Eccentricity again is given, lattice rectum also given, finding the square of the eccentricity of question for hyperbola. You need to find square of the eccentricity of the hyperbola. Again hyperbola is given, then ellipse is given, length of the lattice rectum of hyperbola is equal to the length of the lattice rectum of the ellipse. Then eccentricity of hyperbola and ellipse is given. Then you need to find the value. Moving on to the next chapter, that is sequence and series. This is also like one of the like mark scoring chapters in the algebra itself. So let us start. Mainly in sequence and series, the main concept is we have AP and GP, right? Related to this only majority of questions. This is like the backbone of this chapter. We have an infinite GP. An expression is given here. Then you need to find what is A and R. Then substitute it over here. This was asked in 2024, 9th April. Then summation of series. Then they're asking what is 50D, right? You need to find D. Actually, this kind of question is, I think it is out of your syllabus as per the latest syllabus, but I'm not exactly sure. But this question was asked in 2024. Okay, recently happened JEE Main, it was asked. Now in the next question, again it's a GP where sum of certain values are given, then product of certain values are given. Then you need to find the sum of fourth, sixth, and eighth term. Then again here is it's again a GP. Again, certain values are given. Then you need to find the value of this, right? 2022. You can see this somewhat similar, right? The concept, the pattern of solving it similar, right? Like somewhat similar question only you have over here, which was asked in the year 2023. Same type only. 2022 it was asked. Over here you can see, just focus on these two questions. Here AB and one certain value is given just in GP, then it is given in certain values are given in AP, then what is this value, right? Here also again certain values are given in GP, then it is given in AP, then what is the value, what is this value, right? This was asked in the year 2023, this was asked in the year 2021. Exact same question, just the numericals are different. Then you have summation type question which was asked in 2021. This is all of the same type. You can see they're asking us to find certain values over here, right? Ratios and all. Then the common terms. Number of common terms is another concept which is again important. You can see here number of common terms. Sum of common terms, number of what is the eighth common term of a series. Then again, sum of common terms itself. This was asked in 2022. Sum of the first 20 terms. What is the 20th term of the end of the progression? This question is almost similar to what you've seen in the previous slide itself. This was in 2023 JEE Main. Again 2023 JEE Main April shift they have asked this question. AP GP is given. Then in terms of sum of certain values is given, product of certain values is given, then sum of all terms of arithmetic progression which is not divisible by 3. A certain condition is given, right? Then number of 3-digit numbers which is divisible by 3 or 4 but not divisible by 48. Another kind of question where they're asking number of 3-digit numbers with certain conditions. Same similar question only 1st of February they've asked in 2023. Then this is somewhat similar to arithmetic mean. GP you have a certain formula, right? It's related to that. This was 2022, 24th June. They have asked this question. This is also APGP, I mean, arithmetic mean and geometric mean related formula. Now, the next chapter that is permutation and combination and binomial theorem. You can see this question over here. This question is NCRT concept. This question right over here. This is not your previous year question. This is the question from your NCRT of class 11, and I don't know which exercise it is, but you can check as per the latest NCRT book. This question is there in your textbook NCRT. This is a question related to cricket team, finding out how many ways you can make a cricket team, right? Selecting with certain conditions are given. The same question only is given, you can read it. I'm not wasting time by reading it. Again, a cricket team where you have to number of ways in which you can team a team of 11 players, right? Then again, number of ways kind of question is asked in 2024. This all these questions are number of ways how to. This is also a number of ways only, but they have given the answer. Then you need to find what is this certain expression, right? This was asked in 2022. Same number of ways only. This concept also they've given the value for which you need to find the value of n. Then the other way is number of ways in which this word can be choose necessarily. Not alphabets are not necessarily distinct. 2024 they've asked number of words with or without meaning forming the word distribution. Certain condition is given. 2024 number of arrangements of the letters. 2023 they have asked JEE Main. Again number of 4-letter words with or without meaning. Certain conditions are given without repetition. Number of words of the word assassination. And this is again an NCRT concept where number of words with or without meaning can be formed of the word Monday, and certain assuming no letters is repeated if certain conditions are given for which this all are like NCRT kind of. Then NCRT this kind of question is given there. Then you have finding number of integers between certain numbers, number of 3-digit numbers, certain conditions are given. 2024 they've asked this question. Again, total numbers divisible by, again certain conditions. 2023 of JEE Main. I'm not reading the question. I will upload this PPT in the description box, okay? Then finding number of 5-digit numbers. Again, certain conditions are given. 20, right? Sum of all the 4-digit numbers, right? Finding the position, 315th position of the arrangement of the word Nagpur. Again, finding the serial number of the word. Here, serial number of the word. This was asked in 2024. 2024 itself, January shift. Then 2023 shift they've asked. 2023 again, April shift only they've asked. Serial number of the word, this particular word, right? Again here, serial number of the word. This concept is like literally repeating everywhere. Position of the word mother, 2020. Then coordinate geometry along with permutation and combination. That is finding the number of triangles whose vertices are given. Finding the number of distinct triangles formed on the point. This concept is like partially kind of mentioned in the NCRT. Again, finding the number of triangles, number of quadrilaterals. Here comes the binomial theorem chapter where you need to find the coefficient of x raised to 5, the coefficient of x raised to 70, and they've given the value of it. Then you need to find value of p and q, then substitute in this equation. Coefficient of x raised to 7, 2023, they have asked this question. Coefficient of x raised to 18, again coefficient of x raised to 101. Then finding the remainder question, again reminder, reminder, again reminder. Reminder question again, 2022, 24th of June. Constant term of expansion, independent term of expansion. You will get the value p, we have to substitute over here. Constant term of expression question. Oh, I repeated this question again. Okay. This question is same itself. Okay. The term of independent term of x in the expression. And about the rest of the chapters, you have probability and statistics. Where in probability based theorem, conditional and independent probability variance and standard deviation from statistics is being asked. I did not. You go check yourself while solving the previous year questions chapter wise book. If you buy it, you can find this. These are the major concepts which is actually been repeated in the previous question, and some other concepts might be repeating, especially from statistics, the mean, medium, and all kind of questions. But then about applications of integration and differential equation. For applications of integration, basic NCERT questions have been asked, like finding the area between an ellipse and a line and all. If you go check the 2024 paper, majorly questions are much more NCERT oriented compared to the previous year questions, the latest JEE Main I'm talking about. So finding area related questions, like just need to know what's the shape of the ellipse and equation and different lines, especially one with the modulus. Make sure you learn it because that is the one which is most confusing. Drawing the graphs of the modulus and all different graphs are there. Your graphical knowledge should be clear to solve these questions. So just solve the previous year questions and learn about the modulus graph and all, how to do it and all. And differential equation, the majorly linear differential equations, how to do that. The one with the integrating factor is there. That question is majorly asked from differential equation. And about trigonometry. Trigonometry is majorly come like it does not, it has very less weightage in your examination. Trigonometry in the sense basic and inverse trigonometry I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say is make sure you learn the formulas of trigonometry, because when you solve the calculus, differential equation, differentiation and integration, everywhere trigonometry comes into a play. So trigonometry indirectly comes in all the questions. When you solve the metrics also, trigonometry will come. To simplify that, you need to know the formulas of trigonometry. Different formulas of sine and cos and all is there. You need to know the formulas of trigonometry and all. So directly also trigonometry questions are there. It's not like it won't ask, but it is there. Then you have the differential calculus, integration, complex number, quadratic equations. I did not analyze these previous year questions because personally my all these chapters are big. Now we are getting to the conclusion, observations and learnings. What did we learn after analyzing all these previous year questions? For observations and learnings, we have solved at least the previous year questions of 2020 to 2024. I've already mentioned it earlier in the video, I believe. I have shown you enough and more evidence that concepts are actually repeating in your previous year questions. So make sure you learn. Then you have NCERT type questions. See, I'm not sugarcoating that NCERT kind of questions are there. So you should focus completely on NCERT. No need to do, no. NCERT kind of questions are asking in a very small percentage, but if you're lucky enough, I already mentioned a plus 4 marks by solving an easy question is great, right? If you solve a tough question and an easy question, like if you're getting the correct answer, only plus 4 marks you're going to get for both of them, right? Then time management is an important, crucial play. I've already mentioned in the very first slide that mathematics is a rank determining subject. For that, time management should be there. But you should develop your time management while giving during the mock examination, right? When you have the three subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, when you give an examination, mock examination, you can give it unit wise or full syllabus test and all. But I would suggest you just start giving unit wise examination. Don't keep it for the end. At every 2 weeks, try to give a unit wise examination. containing few chapters of physics, chemistry, mathematics. If your coaching is providing a very good test series and all, you can follow that. During that, you should develop time management, balancing all three subjects: physics, chemistry, maths. While solving previous year question for a learning perspective, don't think about time. There you have to learn how to develop your concepts, how to develop accuracy while solving without making any kind of careless calculation mistake. That is where you have to develop. You have to develop that spark to solve the question. When you see a question, you need to know which chapter it was asked, what kind of concept is being used in your mind, then you have to solve it. That kind of spark you need to develop. That spark can be only developed by solving the previous questions and learning its solution by looking at it. From that, then slowly you will be able to solve questions without seeing the solution. See the solution, learn it. Don't just by heart it. Try to understand, try to see what kind of pattern is being used. Try to find an easier method to solve. That is what you have to develop while solving. Don't keep a timer and all, I'll solve it within 5 minutes, and don't do that. Time management should be developed while giving the mock examination, and at least if you don't give unit wise examination also, it's fine. At least weekly examination of a chapter in physics, chemistry, maths, at least at the end of, like, from December itself, start giving full syllabus mock examinations. Then only you will learn this time management. So before that, you have to complete your syllabus and all. Okay, so coming to the next point, that is every day has a tomorrow, so start today. If you're someone who is like literally in zero and all, like, see, every day has a tomorrow. If you sit and start to study today, you will be like, I'll start studying from tomorrow. Then again tomorrow you'll be like, I'll start studying from the next day. This will go, like, it will just go on. So every day has a tomorrow, so it is important. If you are watching this video, make sure you just start today. At least you study for 10 minutes, then next day you study for 30 minutes, then next day you study for 45, 1 hour, 2 hour. Just gradually improve it. At least if you're watching this video today, make sure you just study at least for 10 minutes. Start today. Just at least open the book and solve at least one question. Maybe after 2 months, you might be able to solve a numerous number of questions, but just start today, even if it's small. Revision and consistency is the key. Simply solving a lot of problems won't help you to crack this examination. You have to be consistent every day at least. Please do study. Actually, I would suggest at least study minimum 8 hours every day. If you're someone who is starting to study, make sure you study at least 3 hours every day, then slowly improve it. If you are very good, like you've been studying from way back before, make sure you at least study minimum 8 hours, maximum 10, 12 hours is enough. Don't need to study 15, 16 hours. Your efficiency is more important than the number of hours you're putting in. As I mentioned, revision is very important. Whatever concepts you're learning by solving the previous year questions, write it down in a separate notebook and learn those questions, learn those concepts. Okay, your concepts are repeating, right? So you need to learn how to solve the question. If a certain kind of question is a pattern, you need to learn, and the concept you have to learn. That is what is more important, and revision of them is very important. If you don't revise it, what happens? Don't for dedicated 1 week I'll revise before the examination. That is not going to work. Daily revision is important. At least half an hour, please dedicate it for revision itself. Just revise the concept that you are learning. And lastly, the last point is problem solving is more important than your theory. Yes, in maths, theory is very less, only formulas and certain concepts are there. Problem solving is very important. Your revision of your formulas or the concepts and all should be like, 20 percentage of your day of preparation, right? 20 percentage only you have to give that input. But problem solving is very important. In maths especially, problem solving is only going to help you. This theory is not going to help. But I know certain formulas and concepts are important. Just learn it. You don't have to like give 2 months dedicated for learning the problems, formulas and concepts, and after 2 months you will be solving the problems. Don't do that. So this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. So I hope what I'm trying to convey is clear to you guys. This video is just about showing that previous year questions is very important. You don't have to solve your coaching module or the DPP and all. Don't see. You don't have time for that. You just have 4 months, 120 days. In that only book you need to solve is the NCRT just for understanding. That doesn't mean that you have to full time solve NCRT. Just if you find it difficult for solving previous year question, just start with NCRT just to have a basic knowledge. After that, complete focus on the previous year's question book. Okay. So please make sure you solve the previous year questions at least 2 to 3 times. Make sure you solve it starting from the 2024 year. Okay, just go it backwards. So thank you so much for watching. All the best wishes for your examination.